Test, 1, 2, there you go. Thank you very much for being here. This is a great turnout despite the lack of proper public notification. There are a lot of people here who want to speak, and this is a public hearing. I want to respect that. But I want you to know something. This is not the end of this fight, it's the beginning of it. And despite the fact that the Postmaster General has indicated that everything is pretty well set, nothing is set. And we are going to fight together, not by raising our voices, but by strengthening our argument about substance and about process. Thanks to the hard-working people of the United States Postal Service, who's had a long reputation to be the most trusted federal agency in America, but for the communities facing a closing of their mail processing facilities, you certainly wouldn't know it. In fact, this fatally flawed process would be laughable if it wasn't so devastatingly permanent. The so-called report that has been referenced tonight and throughout this process that will determine the future of the Williams Street facility is just one page. One page. This one page is misleading, listing a job impact of around 200, when 700 people work at the facility you cite for closing. It doesn't add up. This one-page report is devoid of any primary data. You say that it will save $28 million, but the analysis doesn't exist. There's no basis for it in your report to justify your decision. There's no justification for the closing of the Williams Street facility. No data to tell us if cost savings could be greater by closing other facilities. This one page raises more questions than it answers. How are you achieving transportation savings by driving mail to Rochester? Why are there two versions with changes that just don't add up? The Postal Regulatory Commission recently called the closing process for retail sites, quote, confusing and full of data quality issues. It lacks integrity. This represents a continuation of a disturbing trend. Yet the future of this community and families hinges on this one page. It means real closings, real job loss, real delays in services, and a real impact on local businesses, many of whom I spoke with over the last couple of weeks. And is the United States Postal Service really listening? I think not. The lack of transparency and public involvement in this process is downright appalling and insulting. This meeting is being held in a rush with very little public notification. Some would question whether that was intentional. In today's world, people are expecting quicker service, yet this backward business model is predicated on slowing down service to your customers. There will be no opportunity for the public to weigh in when you make your final recommendation. I stand up here to fight for Western New York. Thank you. Because this community is worth fighting for. But I wonder if the decision has already been made. The Postmaster General is admitting publicly that closings are, quote, fairly set, end of quote, with plans to make any big changes on the list of facilities to be closed. Why Buffalo? As the second largest city in New York State, greater Buffalo business and residential population certainly represents significant customer base to the United States Postal Service. This city serves as a center point of a 500-mile radius that includes approximately 55% of the United States population and 62% of the population of Canada. In September, Buffalo was recognized with a Gold Award for efforts to implement and create business growth opportunities for the Postal Service. Why are you closing this facility? Closing the William Street facility would leave an indelible stamp on Western New York's economy. Western New York won't stand by idly and allow this decision to go through. The Postal Service wants to take action that will impact 700 local families, thousands of local businesses, and our entire economy, and give us just one page of unjustified and inconsistent data to justify this decision. Not good enough. Not good enough. Anything else, this is a process. I get the macro arguments about fewer people mailing letters and all that other stuff. But as was said here, this is about capacity. And this mail processing facility located on William Street that employs 700 local people who get up every day, work hard, play by the rules, and are recognized by the United States Postal Service as the gold standard in service, efficiency, and delivery. You should be looking to Buffalo as a national model, not be looking to close it. The time is short. There's an hour left. Let's strengthen our argument. And as I said to you, I will stand with you throughout here. This is a process. I want you to know something. A lot of these decisions are made in Washington. I don't live in Washington. I live in Buffalo. And every single week when I go to do my job, I figure out how quickly I can get back to this community. Because it's an urgent reminder as to why I was sent there in the first place. And tonight is an example of why you have representation in Congress, and we will fight this together. Thank you very much.